Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with our next episode of The Star of Destiny. Georg Mack plays the classics. And we're back this time with baseball for the Nintendo Entertainment System. This is another launch title game from October of 1985. My overall impression of this game is not entirely positive. I have the knowledge of plenty of other baseball games on the NES, so it's not entirely fair. Baseball was designed by the legendary Shigeru Miyamoto, which makes me sad that I don't really care for it. First off, it's baseball. You bat on offense, you pitch and field on defense. The batting here is bare bones. You can move around a little bit in the batter's box and you can swing. According to the manual, the pitching allows for 5 pitches: a fastball, a changeup, a curveball, a screwball, and a medium-speed pitch. I didn't notice much difference among the pitches other than the fastball and changeup. The pitching is annoying because you have to wait for the pitcher to do a couple little base-checking animations most of the time. I'd rather just pitch. I gave up a handful of runs in the first inning while I was getting acclimated to the controls. I really hate the fielding because you don't control the players. The AI controls them, and poorly. The fielders missed a ton of pop-ups and stopped moving on the transition from infield to outfield. That made it feel out of my hands when the computer could get hits. On the offense side of things, my hits were typically weak blips to the pitcher. I'll chalk that up to swinging at everything, but when it's right down the middle, you swing away. Another thing that sucked was if I popped up, the runner would stop before reaching first base. I should be able to run through, because more often than not, they wouldn't catch the ball, causing a single instead of a double or triple. The base running controls in general were bad as well. The timing of being able to run through first base is behind what I expected. I'd press the button to run to second, and because the runner hadn't gone past first, he just stayed there. That cost me a couple bases throughout the game. The baseball formula was improved on many times over the course of the Nintendo. I'm looking forward to revisiting some of them. At least there was an okay-ish baseball game for the launch of the NES in the US. When it comes to grading baseball for the NES, I give the graphics a 2.0. I don't have any problems with the graphics. For 1985, they're just fine. Players are identical, but why expect any different? You have umpires, a pixel crowd, and a scoreboard. The baseball diamond looks alright too. It does what it should. The sound is a 1.5. Unremarkable. The tune you get on the title screen makes me think that AJPW is about to come on the TV. All hail Giant Baba. The bleeps and bloops are not used wonderfully, but they're definitely par for the time period. Gameplay also gets a 1.5. I mean, it's baseball, and that's not particularly hard to translate to video games. But the pitching is way too simple, the fielding is not done by the player, the batting's alright. That's really the hardest part of baseball to mess up. Difficulty gets a 2.0. I think the difficulty is average. You pick up the general controls pretty quickly, but the finer points of base running takes a little while longer to master. I can see learning the ins and outs of the AI fairly quickly as well, leading to big wins. Fun factor only scores a 1.0. I didn't really have much fun with this one. I'd probably be fine with it in 1985, but not in 2021. The overall grade is a 1.6, a C-. It's baseball, but it's not baseball done great, or even particularly well. I don't fault it too much because it's a launch title, but it could do a whole lot more. Thank you for joining in to Georg Mack Reviews the Classics. We're going to keep on going on this train as long as we can. We've got plenty more Nintendo, Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, and Super Nintendo games to get through. So if you like the video, please go ahead and subscribe to the Head Drop Productions channel. Check out our Twitch streams when we're going ahead and playing these games the first time. And visit us on AmericanLuchaLibre.com to check out the transcript review of what you just heard. Have a great one.